single sport, every single game, every single day. It's the original free pick site. All those other free pick sites that you see out there, just copies of what I built at Sports Chat Place, really. They all are. And most of them will even admit that. And, of course, pickdogs.com was our secondary site that we built. And used it a lot for video. We're doing a lot of articles there and stuff, but actually that site's going to be changing over the next few months. So pretty excited about everything there, as we're still kind of getting our feet just about a month in, a month and a half in after the COVID stoppage. Week 2 of the NFL season, almost in the books. We're going to recap it here a little bit with the guys, talk about what is going on in the world. And, of course, Major League Baseball into its final week. We're going to have Major League Baseball playoffs, next week. So that's pretty exciting. And NBA, we'll probably have the NBA Finals going on, Stanley Cup Finals. So even though things are winding down, they'll be building back up. The Big Ten is starting. Football and college basketball is going to be starting, November 25th. So we're going to start to see a ton of sports again, which is all good news for these guys. Got Chris Ruffalo, Rod Zawacki, Brian Bittler. Brian is centered. He's sitting high, man. Look at that. Man. Who said he couldn't do it?
I didn't want to get in trouble with Principal Mitch today. I'm sure I'll screw something else up.
It's not. What happens is you start sliding so low we can't even see anymore. It's like.
Well, my parents got me a new chair for my birthday yesterday, so that made it possible.
All right, if they were here, I'd give them a high five and a thank you. I'm gonna send them a card. I'm going to with a very big thank you, Chris. How you doing? How'd the NFL go for you? What do you got on tap for today?
Admittedly, on the NFL yesterday, I got off to a slow start, but I finished strong. But today, I'm just looking to carry that over. We're gonna have a winning day. I like 5-pack of MLB. I have a 2-pack for the NHL tonight, the side and the total, and the same thing in NFL. Or I have my Maximum Monday, where you get everything for $39.95 over at the website.
So we know the number one question on the show is going to be when we start giving out NFL picks over the next week or 2 weeks and 3 weeks and month after that. Even in 2 months, we're going to get this. You still like this? Saquon Barkley's out. You still like this? This guy's out. You still like this? This guy's out. It's like,
I bet the number, not the player.
It's in the line. Well, I should just get it on these buttons, or just say is me saying it's in the line. Anyways, of course, Chris, ready to bounce back and clobber the book today. How about you, Rod? What do you got going on?
For me, I got Kickstart the week package. I got 3 MLB, 1 game. 5 plays for tonight. Love those plays tonight.
We didn't hear any of them, but I'm going to guess you had MLB, NHL, and NFL. Brian, how about you? What's up?
Profit day came down to a 2-point conversion in that Patriots-Seahawks game. Didn't go my way. But I got the NFL Monday night winner for $29.95. Love this game. Check it out. Pickdogs.com premium pick section.
All right, I got a 3-pack for tonight, a 1 and 2, 1 NFL and 2 Major League Baseball. There's a few baseball games that I also really like that I didn't put in, so maybe I'll go over those on the show today, and I don't know, maybe I'll put those in for long-term people if I have a chance. But yeah, it's funny. You guys are saying my picks are outstanding, but I got hammered on YouTube yesterday. Just crushed. I mean, people mean, man. I have no idea. I was 5-0 in the NFL yesterday. Hit the NBA pick as well. Number 1 on the board in the NBA and the NFL. That's not easy to do. Anyone will say that. And doesn't mean I'll be there forever, that's for sure. I'm just going to enjoy the stint while I'm there. But, my NBA has been spot on pretty much all season. And, my NFL, it's, when you have that much money moving around on teams, we're going to start to see these lines. If you think the lines are tight now and they're coming down to 2-point conversions, wait until next week. That's all I got to say about the NFL. It always seems to come down to that. I think, those of you that joined me at halftime for that Seahawks-Patriots game, we also nailed the second half on the Seahawks there. I was surprised that what do you think was the biggest surprise this weekend, Brian? Like, what were of the NFL, like of the games yesterday, besides the rash of injuries, which it's expected, but there was a couple things that surprised me. But what were the ones that what were the players and games that surprised you the most?
I think I don't know if Arizona surprised me, but I think they showed that they're going to be a contender this year. Kyler Murray is going to be a second-year stud. Reminds me of Lamar Jackson last year. So
I think Washington's headed in the right direction. I think they are going to struggle on the road a bunch. Rod, what do you got? What do you think? What was your big surprise from yesterday?
How the Jaguars hung around to the Titans. Minshew definitely have the Jaguars moving the ball, that's for sure. I figured the Titans would roll up over them, and I didn't think it would be that close of a game. Not a 3-point game.
So Michael Lopez is saying that my free picks are better than my premium picks. I don't know. It's 5-0 in the NFL yesterday. My premium picks, I was not unbeaten in my free picks. I know that for sure. No way I was. So you are a bad guesser. Chris, how about you? What was the big surprise for you?
I think a couple for me were the Colts, how they shellacked the Vikings in that Viking pass rush. I guess we would be expected with Phillip Rivers against that Minnesota secondary. And the other one for me was how the 49ers still managed to put a hurting on the Jets. I know the Jets are a bad team, but I thought with so many injuries, Jimmy Garoppolo going down, George Kittle out, and it seemed like almost half their offense was out, and yet they still beat the Jets by 2 scores. So that was a little bit surprising for me as well.
Yeah, I love this one. I think Jay is joking around, but it's like, at least I hope he is. But it's like, 5 million viewers a month. I must be doing something right, unless 5 million people are betting against me.
I think
eventually I sometimes I actually do win. It's like, I know people say I just bet against this guy all the time. It's like, yeah, but meanwhile, 20,700 people banned from our YouTube channel in a year. We have millions and millions. I was looking at the stats from when we first started the website. I think it's like it's like something ridiculous, like 100 million people have visited our website. It's like, yeah, because we never give out winners. I whatever, man. I don't really care. The numbers are the numbers. To me, the most surprising things yesterday were, number one, that the Patriots kept it that close. I thought that was pretty amazing and really one of the best coaching jobs I've ever seen, to keep that game even close, because they were slaughtered. The numbers, just everything about the game, watching the game, the flow of the game, going into the game, talent, anything. It was a one-sided affair. Right? Russell Wilson against, it is a one-sided, there's nothing there for the Patriots at all, right? Julian Edelman is having to run deep patterns now because they got nothing, but they're making it work, and I thought that was pretty amazing. I thought Justin Herbert was the star of the show yesterday for the Chargers. He came out, and no, they didn't get the win. I do not understand why you don't go for it on 4th and 1 in overtime against the Chiefs. I don't care where you are on the field. You're 4th and a yard in overtime when Mahomes you have not stopped him in a very long time in this game.
And you're a team that's not going anywhere either. So.
Oh, they could go. They were 1-0 heading into this game. You go 2-0. I think the statistics for teams that start 2-0 and make the playoffs is like off the chart. Historically, it's like 75% or something crazy. But how could you not go for it there? But I thought Justin Herbert was fantastic in his first start. Here he is, drafted behind Tua. He was the guy I wanted in Miami. And, man, he looked NFL ready. Compared to Joe Burrow, or, compared to Carson Wentz or Daniel Jones, or like any of those other guys. This guy, you could see he has the makings of an elite quarterback. He has all the tools. This guy makes all the throws. He can make the inside throw, the outside throw, the dink, the dunk, the deep pass. He has the full cookbook. What did you guys think of Justin Herbert? Am I
it's just one game.
Yeah, but it's against the defending Super Bowl champions.
I think they were
They
playing
definitely
flat.
weren't trying. The Chiefs definitely weren't trying that game. Yesterday, no way they were trying that game.
Chiefs were
Trying?
looking past them.
I turned it off in the second quarter. It looked like it was fixed to me.
We all had the
couldn't
chart.
watch
I
it.
mean, I had the Chargers all the way. It was.
I couldn't watch it anymore.
It made the chart. I had the Chargers in that game. I was surprised they didn't win it outright, and it was like it was one of the games that I took off of my premium picks. The Dolphins and the Chargers were those two games, and they both would have hit also. And I thought the Chargers was pretty much. I mean, that was a layup game. I mean, a divisional rivalry game on the road. That's how they are in the NFL. Most games in the NFL are decided by 5 points or less. And division rivalry games, you have a road favorite by 9 points in a division rivalry game. That's called free money.
I was kicking myself at halftime, like, damn it, why didn't I take the money line? Why did I take the points? And at the end of the game, I'm like, well, thank God I took the points.
Oh, I know. That's how I was. I was thinking the same thing, and I even actually put a little in-game money on with the after the first two possessions, I put some in-game money at plus 190 on the Chargers at that point, and I gave it back, obviously, but I still won overall on the game. But yeah, that game I didn't think was surprising at all. The Chargers have a great defense. I mean, look at the drafting that they've done on that defense. Boza, Melvin Ingram is a superstar on his own.
Derwin James.
Yeah, I mean they're stacked. I mean, absolutely stacked.
Yeah, I'm high on Justin Herbert. I was high on him going into the draft, but after 22 of 33, 311 yards against the defending champions, when you barely know before kickoff that you're even going to start that game, I don't think that could have gone any better. Even in a losing effort, I think Herbert's legit.
Yeah, I thought I didn't see anything about them not trying. I don't know about that.
I think the Chiefs, just like Brian said, are looking ahead.
To what?
They're looking ahead to Baltimore this week.
Because the Ravens on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, well, that's
exactly.
That's
let's let Mahomes throw the ball 50 times.
That's what he does.
No, it's not what they did last week. They didn't look like the same offensive team and flow of what.
Yeah, they were playing the Texans, man. The Texans are a joke.
Well, yeah,
the Texans are terrible. I mean, they're horrible, man. It's like you trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. You have no idea what you are doing. You do not want to win. If you make that trade, Brian, as a fantasy owner, right? You're a fantasy guy. Would you trade DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson?
No, not in the fantasy world. We're talking about the contract world.
No way.
As far as football goes.
Yeah, so the contract world, right? So the Red Sox got rid of Mookie Betts. You think they want to have that one back? I mean, what exactly are you working for? If you're not working to get the best players and to build the best team, what exactly are you trying to do? Then you're not trying to win. It was like the Cowboys giving all that money to Amari Cooper. I mean, what a joke that guy is. I mean, pathetic. I mean, Monahan was here defending him for months and months and months. Now we're seeing it play out on the field. The guy doesn't want the football. He doesn't want the football. It's like you give him $20 million a year. That is over $1 million a game. What were his stats yesterday? I mean, this guy...
He caught the ball for over 100 yards yesterday.
Amari Cooper did?
Yeah. 100
He
yards.
probably did.
Yards.
He had
was
to
right
pass
on
the
100.
ball a ton.
I think he had 100 receiving yards yesterday.
How many targets? 101.
I don't know. I just noticed I was like, oh, Amari Cooper got 100 yards. Holy shit.
Yeah, six catches, 100 yards, 9 targets.
How about CeeDee Lamb? I thought he looked really good in that game.
CeeDee Lamb, 9 targets, 6 catches, 106 yards.
Yeah, he was way better. And I got to say that, I don't understand why you don't go after the ball on the onside kick there if you're the Falcons. what are you doing?
Oh, look at it wobble.
At least they're a consistent team that can blow 20-point leads regularly. We at least know that.
What are they doing?
They burnt me in the Super Bowl, bastards.
We should maybe do an NFL show. We used to do one. We used to do an NFL show. Maybe we should start doing one, like where we just talk about this stuff, because I don't even understand some of these things. Like Anthony Lynn not going for it on 4th down. I didn't care at that point because I knew I was going to win. I was going to win either way, just like the Denver game, right? Like James Conner breaks away, man, and they catch him on the 3-yard line, and then they take a knee. It was beautiful, right, for us Denver backers. But man, I don't understand a lot of the things that people do these days in the NFL. But anyways, we got football tonight in Sin City. Chris, the Raiders opened their new stadium. Last season, the Raiders they opened the season in the black hole, their final season in the black hole, with a win on Monday Night Football. Now they open their new stadium. It's week 2 on Monday Night Football, and these guys were the kings of Monday night. I mean, these guys were the kings of Monday night for the longest time. The issue, of course, is you're playing against a team that's really a Super Bowl contender, right? I mean, they've been a Super Bowl contender the last 2 years, and they've been the kings of the regular season. These are the Tampa Bay Lightning of the National Football League here, right? What do you think goes on here tonight in this? I'm dying to see the stadium. I had the place in Vegas for a long time. I haven't been there since last January. The fruit cup thing threw me off, but haven't been back because of that whole fruit cup incident.
The fruit cup incident of 2020.
Yeah. Anyways, we're 15 minutes into the show. We haven't given a pick.
Yeah.
What do you think here?
I can tell you first and foremost, just I went by that stadium. It's something to behold. But for this game, I think no Michael Thomas for the Saints. It's gonna bring the ball down a little bit. We're gonna see a lot more short passes, a lot more running game. And for the Raiders, I think that's gonna have to be their MO against this Saints defense. I think we're gonna see a game that goes under the total. But also, I'm gonna put a little bit on a couple props like we've been doing. I'm going to take Josh Jacobs, score the first touchdown at plus 550 for the Raiders, and Jared Cook if you're going to go for the Saints. Jared Cook at plus 1,000.
All right, Rod.
Yeah, I think the pace of this game will slow down a little. Definitely going to run the ball a lot more. I like the under here.
How about you, Brian?
I'll tell you what, if you want my total, tune into the drive-thru today at 6 p.m. I'll be giving that out on the show. As far as right now, Darren Waller, 14-1 to score the first touchdown for the Raiders.
Yeah, I've given out my picks on this game, but I keep going back and forth, and I have a premium pick on the side, trying to make it 6 in a row in the NFL, which I don't know, man. It's like, there's certainly that angle of the new stadium and all that other stuff, and it's like if there was a crowd, I really think it would be more of a factor. I think we saw it, especially in that Seattle New England game. We saw that. We saw in the Green Bay Detroit game, jumping into the empty stands, and NFL is a crowd sport, just like college football. College football is a crowd sport, and they all are. I think less so the NBA and the NHL, but that's just me. I know that that's not really true, but it just seems that way to me. But I'm ready for the fans in the stands. I think it's weird that some of the fans are in the stands at some stadiums, and some stadiums they're not. I guess COVID is more.
No, it depends who's running the state. So
is it that
Las Vegas?
Is it that people are more susceptible in some states, and some people are more susceptible in other states? I guess it is. It must be. It has to be.
It's more prevalent in some states, and then you get the trickle effect from whoever, like Brian said, whoever's running the state, and their public gathering orders. If you can have a certain number of people in a stadium or whatever.
Think like do they have like full concession stands open at the ones with the partial stands, or do they have like just like a couple food trucks pulled in or something? Yeah, I don't know. Anyone go to the game? Let us know what's going on. I'm interested. I got the best poke bowl from the food truck at the Los Angeles Chargers game.
I'll tell you what, if the Las Vegas Raiders had fans in the stadium, I know Joe D'Amico would be there sending pictures of fold from the concession stand. So
yeah, Joe D'Amico's father is not doing well. We wish him the very best, man. And I just want to say that. I don't know if Joe's going to make it for the live show today. It's going to take as long as he needs, but Joe's father's a great guy, man. I love him. Just really, really great guy. Better than Joe. And Joe's a good guy, but Joe's father's a great guy. Anyways, let's get to this NHL Stanley Cup final game. Dallas Stars against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm pretty happy about the result of game one because the Lightning can go suck it. Chris?
Yeah, I think that as far as total goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We've seen it be a low-scoring game so far in the series, and I think it's going to be another tight affair here. As far as the side goes, check out the drive-thru tonight. I'll give that out.
Maury Cooper makes $20 million a year. $20 million a year. Write that down. Take a look at the number. Go to Google and say list wide receivers by salary. Where's Siri? We could ask her. What's list of wide receivers by salary? And let's pick out 50 that are paid less than him that you'd rather have on your team that have at least guts. Rod?
No, there's not 50.
Yeah, there's probably about 50. How about that Jerry Jeudy, man? Do you see the movie? Oh, my God, man. It's like he made more moves in like this big of a space, Unbelievable.
I have the list by average salary year, or average salary per year.
Read them off.
It's just starting from right below Cooper, Michael Thomas, AJ Green, Tyreek Hill, Odell Beckham, Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Allen Robinson.
It's surprising, some of those other names are really not that sexy either. I think that I think the guy who is the smartest of all the wide receivers in that list is Brandon Cooks. This guy shines only short-term deals. It's like, so he's always a prize free agent. It's like he switches teams every year. He doesn't care. He's got no allegiance. He's got he's Edwin Jackson. It's like he always gets a good deal. Rod, what do you think tonight? Tampa Bay Lightning and the Dallas Stars.
For me, you got to take the under. Only reason why the first game was a push because of empty netter. I think goals are going to be even tighter here tonight. Take the under 5.
We did NFL shows last year. I did it last year we did a college football show on Thursday and NFL on Friday, or we did NFL on Thursday and college on Friday, I think is what we did in that afternoon slot. Now I'm doing Ask Mitch on Friday, but we could switch Ask Mitch to NFL for now, and we could, or college. We could do NFL on Thursday where we just kind of run through the games, but it's like we run through them so many times.
How many times do you want to run through them?
I don't know. I'm after what happened between March and most of July. I'm going to savor everything about every game. I didn't miss an NFL game yesterday. All my TVs got a workout. I had the NBA going. I watched You Garbage. I got it all going on. It's like, it was beautiful. But anyways, you care about this hockey game, Brian?
Yes, I do. And I got to cut out for a second right after this pick. Yesterday, I made a video. I said I like Tampa Bay. I slept on it. The way the money's coming in, I think Dallas Stars are the value. You got to go with them today.
All right. Well, Brian's going to step away, so this will be our mock Bittler segment of the show. He did get the winner with the Angels yesterday. So we'll let that slide. We'll man up to it while he's not here. And that's always the best.
He did?
Did they? No, they didn't.
They
right?
lost 7-2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. He's foolish. He's a stupid man.
I had to pause for a second. I'm like, wait a second. Did they win?
Look at Bitler's chair that he got. Parents.
I know. Look at that.
I want one now.
Man, I wish I still had parents to get me a chair. I got this chair. This is actually a really nice chair I got. I got some leans back and stuff.
Oh yeah, look at that
I
lumbar
don't want to
support.
even attempt that in this chair.
I'm
not even.
I have two of these.
2 feet.
I have two
Yeah.
I have two chairs that are exactly the same, and they're both like the internet boom of the year 2000 chairs. One is brand new. The other one is I got like in the internet boom of 2000. It's the Herman Miller Aeron chair. I have two of them. It's like I tried buying like a cheap chair at Target for like $149 or $129, and that's what I was using here in the studio. It took 4 months to get this chair.
Holy man.
Fully adjustable. You gotta take care of yourself. Speaking of taking care of yourself, Dylan Bundy. Well, there's no way I'm going over this game without Brian. There he is.
You had the button lined up.
Well, they're always lined up. Just putting his pants on over here. Chris, who do you like in this one? Dylan Bundy and Kyle Gibson. 70% willing to lay minus 190 on Dylan Bundy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under here. I think.
Right.
I mean, Gibson's coming off that complete game shutout last time up, and Dylan Bundy's been, much as I hate the Angels, he's been their best starter all season.
Yeah, doesn't say much. Oh, he's better than Tehran. It's like
my favorite commentary moment from the NBA game last night. Was it Reggie Miller saying, "Oh, there's a commercial for the NBA or the MLB playoffs." He's like, "I love my Angels," and Chris Webber or whoever was Kevin Harlan looks at him and says, "You might want to check the standings."
Rod, how about you? Dylan Bundy or Kyle Gibson here? Minus 190 on Dylan Bundy.
I'll take Texas here. I laid it with the Angels once. I won. I laid it with the Angels twice. I lost. Never again. I ain't going to ride no Angels for a week.
Well, Brian, you got your ass kicked on the Angels yesterday.
But I also won the Reds, and I won.
No. We're talking
the
Angels.
Twins.
No.
The Angels game, though.
No. We're not talking. No.
Twins and the Reds.
Angels.
I'm gonna go with the under here. I think we see Bundy have a gem, but I'm not laying 1.5. So.
Yeah.
If I can lay money with Austin Voth.
No laugh track needed. Not Bundy. Zach Wheeler minus 161 against Anibal Sanchez. I'll tell you, the spread knowledge even likes the Nationals here. It's like no one has faith in the Phillies in clutch time. I mean, it is clutch week. There is a logjam. So I didn't go over this. I went over it in the video, but basically two of the boy, we got some Cowboys apologists here. At least he's a Zeppelin fan. But we got some Cowboy apologists here. It's like Amari Cooper's really good. Yeah, what is the cost of a hot dog, a soda, and a program at that stadium? Because you're paying this guy. That's where the money's going. That is where the money's going. When a guy makes $20 million a year, when your quarterback makes the same amount, and he stinks, right? And then you have, Ezekiel Elliott. Those three guys. All right, there's your hot dog, your soda, and your program. That's what. Yeah. How much is at that stadium? Ruffalo's Googling it.
But
Anyways,
those teams are going to spend the salary cap anyway, regardless. So the prices of the soda or hot dog will stay the same, whether it's Mari Cooper or somebody else making the money for the Cowboys.
You're foolish and lack vision. We have where are we at? Who's got this one? Phillies Nationals. Chris, did you give a pick?
No, I like the over here. I think we see some runs on the board for sure.
How about you, Rod?
Give me the Phillies first 5.
And
Not
Brian.
touching them after that.
And Brian.
I don't love it, but I'm taking the Phillies -1.5 with Wheeler.
All right. Sounds exciting.
So checking in, it's the 7th most overall expensive NFL team to enjoy live at the stadium is the Dallas Cowboys. Price of a beer $9. Hot dog is $5.50.
That's not bad. For the hot
I'm surprised
dog.
they're not number 1.
Yeah, me too. Who's number 1? Rams.
I'm looking through it right now.
Rams.
Panthers
Chargers?
are $9.50 for a beer. Patriots are $9.50. So Seattle, Philly.
It's amazing that the Patriots is $9.50 because the same guy that's charging you $9.50 for the beer charges you like $30 for a razor blade, right? It's like, what are the most overpriced things, out there? It's like when you think like, what's the highest markup on a product? Razor blades.
Popcorn.
No, I'm talking about just items in general in life. Popcorn might be. Soda at a restaurant, I know is one. It costs like 4 cents to fill a glass of soda. They charge you whatever. But I would say the highest markup things, coffee too now, right? Coffee's got to be up there. But the highest that I can relate to in my everyday life is number 1 is razor blades, and number 2 is iPhone cases. I mean, those 2 things have got to be the most expensive. The markup in there. It's like both of my leases are up on my wife's and my car, and I've been negotiating with these car guys. I've walked out of the showroom twice on them. And it's like, I guess there might not be as much wiggle room as there used to be on these things.
Maybe you get a bonus code.
I could throw in a free consensus report.
So the most expensive, this is last year's list. We still have it as the Oakland Raiders, but Oakland was number 1, $11 for a beer and $6.50 for a hot dog.
You can only imagine what it's going to be in Vegas.
It was a 20-ounce beer, but I don't know if that means anything. And tied for, actually not tied, Buffalo is next on the list, $10.50 for a beer, $7 for a hot dog. And then you have the Chargers, Buccaneers, and Saints rounding out the top 5.
Mitch just hates the Cowboys. So be it. I think they're just heartless.
They're good comparable to the Eagles. Cowboys and Eagles are basically the same.
I don't understand how you have players that demand that kind of money when you can't make the playoffs. It just doesn't even make sense to me. Anyways, Rod, did you give a pick here in this Phillies thing?
Yeah, Phillies first 5.
All right. White Sox versus Indians. Aaron Savali against Dane Dunning. This line is flipped around a little bit. Chris?
Yeah, I still like the White Sox here. I mean, I know we've said it before, the Cleveland Indians are usually a team that feast on the division, but this year it's been the White Sox 24-7 in their last 31 against the AL Central. And Dunning's pitched well this month. I'll take the White Sox.
I'll take the under. I think we got a nice pitcher's duel here today. Give me the under.
How did everyone's premium fix do yesterday? I was 6-1. I lost the one baseball pick that I gave. My baseball picks have been terrible this season. I can
2 and 3.
I can man up and say my baseball picks have been terrible. My NBA has been off the chain, and my NFL, I'm off to a hot start. But as far as
I'm coming for you next week.
Major League Baseball, I think I'm down 1,800 units. I think I am.
Oh, that's nothing.
I know. I actually can make that up by the end of the playoffs if I really apply myself, or I could really dig myself a hole. But it's like I'm plus almost 2,000 units in the NBA. I'm up already 400 units in NFL, maybe even more. And I'm still only up 200 units overall because that's how bad my baseball is.
I've seen guys lose over $100,000 with baseball.
Yeah,
so.
Oh, believe me, I'm one of them. There's a reason Pete Rose, Oh man. My baseball's been, and the thing is, normally I'm pretty good at baseball. This year is a very different baseball than the normal baseball. It has been super chalky. Speaking of super chalky, whose turn is it?
I'll take the under. I agree with Rod 100%. I think pitcher's duel's in check.
I'll take my White Sox homer pick. Got the Yankees and the Indians. I don't see a pitcher yet for the Yankees. Anyone? TBD? Down with TBD. Yeah, you know me. Down with TBD.
It's not the Indians.
I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Give me a little TBD. Definitely down with TBD.
Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I like the over. Whatever it's set at, I like the over.
How about you, Brian?
I'm gonna go with the over too. I think it gets with those hitters out there. Give me the
I think you
Yankees
put
over.
a $50 parlay on the Yankees run line and the over in your.
I know
Happy.
Bittler and I don't
Shit.
agree on much, but I can pretty much guarantee you we're going to agree on this one. How much you like the Pirates today against the Cubs?
I think they're the best dog in the card
Yeah,
today,
see.
probably.
Yeah, I figured Brian would agree with me on this one. How about you, Rod?
Yeah, I agree. Give me the Pirates.
Chris?
Brew Baker looked good this last start out.
Lester, I think, is declining. And plus,
Cubs
the
are off of a Sunday night ESPN game. Leicester on the road. Leicester's declining, so.
Yeah, give me Pittsburgh.
It's a consensus. We got Luis Castillo up against Brandon Woodruff. 7.5 is the total in this Reds-Brewers contest. Oh, also a special thanks to Stanley Z on our YouTube channel, who goes through our show, marks the minutes of when each pick is given out on the show, and basically logs an index. And he posts that on our Pick Dogs YouTube channel. Thank you, Stanley. Send me your information, man. I'll send you a T-shirt to free consensus report and pretty
Just
much
give me a 30-day consensus.
yeah,
report.
whatever, man. I will. I'll put him on whatever. Yeah, I'll give whatever. I'll give him a year consensus if he does it.
That's a cool feature. I like that.
It's
I like
awesome.
that.
It's awesome. I appreciate it. And we'll send him some shirts and swag and whatever else we have coming in the future. Anyways, Reds and Brewers. Chris, this should be a good one. This is like a playoff within a playoff. The Reds and Brewers competing for that. It's like there's two things going on in several of the divisions, and this is one of them. So second place in the National League Central is up for grabs, and then there will be 4 teams competing for 2 spots in the at-large playoffs. So the winner of this one gets a leg up in both of those things, and the loser takes a hit in both of those. And you got Castillo's pitched well, and Woodruff, well, he's their number 1.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to go with the under 7.5 here. I think you're going to see a lot of zeros matched on the board. I could easily see this being a 3-2 game, so I'll take the under.
27-27 against 26-26. But the thing is, the Reds 27-27 is 8-2 in their last 10 games, Rod.
Under here as well. Give me the under.
Brian?
Guys, don't sleep on Reds winning the National League pennant. Nice future. I'm going to take the under in this one.
When was the last time the Reds won the pennant? Was that the Nasty Boys?
Rod Dibble, Dave Stewart. Who else was on that team? I forget. Who was the Eric Davis? Barry Larkin?
Barry Larkin was definitely on the team. They had the Nasty Boys, the 3 closers, the setup man, the second setup guy, and then that was the first team to use that 3-man rotation at the end. That's when Lou Piniella decided to ruin baseball for the rest of us. But it was who were the Nasty Boys? It's a good question. It was Rob Dibble was definitely one of them.
I think the second guy ended up going to the Yankees then after that. I think he's a left-hander, but I forget what his name was. Damn it.
The Reds' Nasty Boys were Rob Dibble,
Randy Myers and Norm Charlton.
Myers.
Randy Myers, who had been around the block before that. He went to the Mets, or came from the Mets, one or the other. And Charlton might have gone to the Yankees. They were a tough. Those guys. Those guys are tough. Anyways, got the Metropolitans taking on the Rays. Jacob deGrom went from minus 225 to minus 185 here. Maybe someone's watched a Mets game recently. Chris, the Mets are daunting 12-15 at home this season, while the Rays 17-10 on the road, and you're getting plus 165 on the road team here. I don't know. It's just maybe it's me.
Yeah, I think you got to take. The plus money with the Rays here. I'm not laying minus 185 with the Mets in that home record. Give me Tampa Bay here.
How about you, Rod?
Yeah, all the values with the Rays. Worth a shot taking the Rays. Give me the Rays.
How about you, Brian?
Rays.
So the next game, we've got the Braves and the Marlins. And in my video, I was once again crucified in the comments on this because I said I felt the Marlins were playing a little bit better baseball. But the reality of it here is that they're playing about the same. The records have been the same recently. And this one's in Atlanta where the Braves are 15-8, and it's on the Marlins have been a good road team, a better road team than they are at home, 13-10. I'm just saying, if they're both playing the same and one team is plus 150 and the other one is minus 170, it's an easy decision as to who to bet on. At least I think it is. Chris, who do you like here, Braves or Marlins?
Well, for me, if I was going to take the Braves, and you'd have to take the run line here at minus 170. And, the Marlins are what, 18-6 on the run line on the road? And I'll take a shot with the Marlins here.
Isn't a decision guy. His 4 innings last time out, 3 innings the time before that. I mean, he's a 60 pitch is his max.
It's more or less a bullpen game.
Yeah. How about you, Rod?
Yeah, all the values with Miami here. So take Miami plus 1.5, and what I see is a 1-run game.
Brian?
Yeah, I'll go Marlins plus 1.5.
I just want to see something really quick before I blurt out something that I'm going to get corrected on. So the Braves hit 35 points worse against lefties than they do against righties. So just so you know. And I believe the Marlins don't hit righties too well. So Lance McCullers is pitching on the road again. Why do they allow this? Can't you wouldn't it be like the intentional walk or like pitching around a guy or
the intentional day off for a pitcher?
Yeah, it's kind of isn't like the scene in Caddyshack where Rodney Dangerfield injures his arm, type thing. Where, Noonan comes in to fill in for him. Marco Gonzalez up against Lance McCullers. McCullers been just a dumpster fire on the road. Chris?
Come on, Dusty Baker. What are you doing?
I mean,
give me the over here.
Has there ever been a manager that's won so many games has been fired as much as Dusty? I think this is
decisions. It's for decisions like this where you put Lance McCullers on the mound on the road.
How does Anthony Lynn punt in that situation, Rod?
Yeah, I like the over in this one. And give me Seattle. Definitely Seattle over.
Brian, don't you figure if you're punting, you're playing to not lose at that point because it's an 8-minute overtime. You're probably either not going to get the ball back, right? Or you're just going to lose.
It made no sense not to go for it.
There's 1 yard, and it's not like you're not moving the football 1 yard.
I mean, how many opportunities do you have to beat the Chiefs? So
you got to win it. It's a division game at home. You've got to win that game. If you're going to go to the next level, I mean, you're a team that went 2-11 in 1-score games last year. What the hell is going through your skull? Who do you like in this one, McCullers or Gonzalez?
Mariners here for me.
Excuse me, don't go for the 4th and 1. We'll pay you some extra money. Okay.
It's like, I digress. I just can't get past it. It's like my wife is like, it's one of those situations where my wife is like, they can't hear you. I'm like, maybe if I yell loud enough, they can. I'm like, what in the hell are you doing? It's like,
I was doing that yesterday at a few games, and both dogs are looking at me going, "What are you doing? Why are you yelling at that box?"
Dad, can you shut up already?
Yeah, why are you yelling at the TV?
Mine just looks up at me and it's like, screw you, I'm going back to sleep. Are you done?
Smash that like button. Takes you half a second. Costs you nothing. Helps us an absolute ton.
Well, when we first got the dogs, there was no sports, right? I got the dogs. They were not used to sports. And then all of a sudden sports comes back and Daddy starts yelling at the TV. And they're like, what's going on?
We're like, we have like the Who Let the Dogs Out, and I'm down with TBD going on in this show. We're really taking it next level. Speaking of next level, Carlos Hernandez is pitching against Adam Wainwright, Royals and the Cardinals. I got crucified again on this video too on YouTube. I'm telling you, people are really hammering me. My video picks, I don't know. I didn't think they were that bad. Chris? Royals or Cardinals? I like the Cardinals and I like the over. But that's me.
I like the Cardinals, but the problem is I've been
No, I like the
on
Royals.
run.
I like the Royals and the over. I didn't say Cardinals, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Royals and over.
See, I like the Cardinals because of how Wainwright's been pitching, but I don't. I've been burned on the run line against the Pirates that whole series.
Which is a scam. He picked both teams. He gave one out, then he gave out the other.
Like, no. I said this team. I don't care if I said it first or second. I still said it. No, I'm gonna take the under here. These are two of the lower scoring teams in the league, and I just see Wainwright throwing another solid outing, and Hernandez can compete. So give me the under 9.
Rod, just a little surprised that Jeter doesn't like the iced Pop-Tarts. Just a little bit of surprise.
Yeah, that's just like, oh, I don't even know. I see them on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Oh,
I didn't. And
then to put butter on them. I'm like,
it's not butter. It's parquet, squeezed parquet.
Parquet butter. Yeah,
yes, it's not butter. It's parquet.
I didn't see that coming.
But it's like, who even knew they made those anymore?
That's what happens to the people that hang out in the shadows.
Well, they make them for old people that can't have all the sugar, probably.
Oh, because the rest of the rest of the sugar-filled Pop-Tart doesn't have.
I'm just guessing. I don't know.
I don't think it's for the nutritional value. I just don't see it. It just seems that the Pop-Tarts have gotten thinner with less going on in them, right?
Filling.
Yeah,
No,
less filling. Is it
that
just
might be the worst Pop-Tart? You go into a box and you just see, what flavor do I want? Plain.
How about like how about the Pillsbury cinnamon roll? I'm against that too. I don't.
I love the cinnamon roll, nice and hot and bubbling in the morning. Give me a cinnamon roll.
How about the ones at the mall that you get, those big Cinnabons?
I get those on vacation.
That one is like, I mean, I got to get a new pair of pants if I get one of those.
Can we for our little side bet? Can I replace Peppermill with Cinnabon? Because at least I can.
I thought you were going to the Peppermint Rhino.
No, the Peppermill Diner.
No, I'm going myself the night before. But
I can make those. Those are easy. That's my specialty. I've been cooking cinnamon buns for years.
Damn,
20, 30 years.
I should have had you send me a cinnamon bun. I would have rather had one of a cinnamon bun.
It's like he's like, why not? Throws a cinnamon bun in the hat here.
In the hat.
The Cinnabon. I mean, what do you think the butter content is in one of those things, or the fat content?
Let's not think about that.
You want to know? You know when you roll up the dough, you roll up the dough. You got the dough. You roll it out. You spread it out, and before you start to roll it out, the first thing you do is you take a big scoop of butter and you plop it on the dough, and you spread it nice and evenly. So it's about yay thick of butter, and then you put all your cinnamon brown sugar, and then you roll it up.
Sounds like a good Thursday night.
I'm gonna say a couple pounds, anyways, into a nice big roll. Of,
I questioned the fat content. Ruffalo gave me the look like we're not friends anymore. It's like when someone
never question.
Like when someone said, it's like when someone said to me, boy, that's a lot of cheese on that. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, in what world do you live in? It's like, that you wouldn't even question that. Yeah,
It's like someone coming up to me. I gave you the look like someone coming up to me and say, I want to bet Lance McCullers money line on the road. I want Dylan Bundy money line. And I don't know. I want Toledo to beat Bowling Green as a 28-point favorite. Parlay those up. But yeah, you never question the fat content. How dare you?
I don't know. Bill Harris wants me to just shut the hell up and just robotically give out picks. That's called the website in the premium area. We already have that. If that's what you're looking for, we got 2 websites that do exactly that. And I do videos on every single game already that's out there. The same ones that I give picks out on here, I've already done videos on. So you already have that. That's why this is different. That's what makes this different. And if I want to talk about cheese, I can.
If you don't want to listen about cheese, tune into the drive-thru at 6 p.m. where it's constant picks fast.
It's like the first time, that I ever went to I'm from Florida, which is more geographically south than the deep south. But the first time I went to deep south and I had a piece of apple pie and they asked me if I want cheese on it, I didn't even think that it might be like something different or whatever. It was an automatic yes. It was like, would you like cheese on it? I didn't even think about that I was eating pie. It was like, would you like a slice of cheese? Yes. It's like, why is that even a question? It's like automatic. How could it be extra for cheese? The cheese is the main course. Would you like cheese? It's kind of like
but it's a fruit cup.
All right, I'm getting hungry for lunch now. You guys are making me hungry.
All right, Herman Marquez. Johnny Cueto is going to pitch today, and the Rockies have decided to counter with Herman Marquez. Chris.
Give me the Giants here. I'm not going anywhere near Herman Marquez here.
Give me the over. I think we see a bunch of runs here.
How about you, Brian?
Does anybody have Marquez's road ERA? I'm curious to what that is. I like the Rockies today.
I love the Giants. I mean, they have so much to play for here, and they have Johnny Cueto, who's probably the comeback player of the year. I mean, I don't know.
Rockies are still in it, aren't they?
Cueto didn't pitch well last time out, but he played against San Diego. The Rockies are way out of it. They're done. You take out the Rockies' first 2 weeks of the season, they've been the worst team in baseball. If you take
it's crazy with football. I just don't take notice of baseball like from Friday through Sunday.
But the Rockies, I mean, when we look at the Rockies, they're 23-29. But weren't they like 11-1 to start the season?
They started off just on fire.
They started off like
dumpster fire ever since.
It was like 13-4 or something like that. They got out to,
which makes them straight ass garbage at this point.
And by the way, Marquez road ERA this year 2.64.
See, there you go. I'm on to something. Give me the Rockies.
No, that's not his. That's the road batting average against, right?
No, it's 2.64 ERA, 1-2.
He gets blown up at home, Marquez.
Batting average against 2.05 on the road. But he had to have been playing some.
Okay.
So he played Texas. That was a 1-0 game, 1-0 loss when both teams were forgetting how to hit. Arizona was a 5-4 game. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. 7 innings against Seattle. But he only gave up 2 runs, but he gave up 5. Just 2 of them were earned.
Here's a great comment, though, Chris, to cut you off for a second here. It says, Mitch, you will be eating your words. Hopefully cheese or Cinnabon. Hopefully it's one of those. I don't know. I'm sure there's other words you might be referring to, but hopefully it's the cheese or the Cinnabon. Or the apple pie with the
Cinnabon.
You ever have the apple pie with the slice of cheese on it? It's a nice touch. It is like, yeah.
Regular cheese or processed cheese?
Oh, it's cheese.
No, it's got to be regular cheese.
Cheese.
No cheese slice.
I like the cheese that comes in the plastic, like for grilled cheese.
On your pie?
No, on the pie, whatever they have. I don't go back in the kitchen and ask. I just say yes. I was like, was it processed cheese? What exactly is it? They say cheese. I said yes. It was a simple question. It could have been cream cheese for all I knew, but it was coming with cheese.
You just see Mitch standing over the little ledge into the kitchen, like looking over the window. Excuse me, can I have regular cheese and not the stuff that comes out of the wrapper?
So we looked at the Tesla 3 years ago, not for me, for my wife, and it's just a lot of car, I've had my last like 6 cars are BMWs, so that's what I have. BMW M3. That's what I have. That's what I'm getting again. Same car, just different color, and the new updated model. Which ends up being like, it's like, it's a 2021. It's like, it looks exactly the same as the car I'm trading in. I mean, exactly. Anyways, you got a parlay for us, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pirates, Marlins, and Rays. All the money line.
Pirates, Marlins, and Rays. So, like, the tater tot kind of made a comeback, right? And it's like, I always liked tots, but I didn't. It's like they were still secondary, like once in a while or whatever. But then all of a sudden they became like this thing, and it was like too much tot, too much. It's like too much. That the expectations just got too high because they tend to be on the greasy side. I don't mind the fat content as long as it's not like just greasy, And tots tend to be greasy. Rod knows his tot way around the tater tot.
As long as you do the tot right. If you got to make sure that the oil is nice and hot. Like, you got to make sure that you're putting the tots in so they're nice and hot, so that the outside gets that crisp and the inside's still soft. Otherwise, you get that greasy, nasty tot.
That's before you pour the cheese over them, right?
Oh, yeah. And then I leave them in just a little bit extra longer to get them a little bit extra crispy so that when you pour the cheese over, it doesn't completely sog out your top.
Nice.
That's the trick. You got to give it that extra little minute crisp so that it stays firm when you're making your tater tot nacho.
I find that most restaurants,
so good.
A lot of restaurants, they'll sacrifice speed for having it cooked correctly. Where it's like you take out a tater tot too early. It's nasty, man. It's like a home fry that's like hasn't been cooked all the way. That's nasty, man. Jeter will tell you a thing about some smothered and covered hash browns. Anyways, Ryan, speaking of hash browns, you seem just totally irked by our conversation here.
Oh, no, not at all. Pirates, Rays, and Dallas Stars.
Pirates,
Parlay,
Rays, and Stars for Brian. For my parlay, I'm going with the San Francisco Giants. I'm going to go with the Miami Marlins, and I'm going to put those with the Texas Rangers. And that'll be my 3-team parlay for today. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Sorry I didn't get to every comment here. I got a little carried.
Oh, Rod.
Would you like my parlay today?
Oh, good. I can go through more comments while you're doing it. Go.
Cool.
Go, take your time. Milk it.
We're not milking cows. Okay.
It's like when Homer Simpson calls in for the recommendation, on the sports phone to get the handicapper's pick when he's betting football, and it's like $8 a minute, and it's like the wind is.
Or movie phone. Would you like to hear our selection on movies? Anyways, let's still go to my birdcage. First game, we'll go with Seattle on the money line. Next one, we're going to go the White Sox in the pitchers duel. Give me the under 8. And the other one, we're going to go Yankees to beat up the Jays. Give me the Yankees on the run line. Parlay those up for a nice parlay.
Five Dimes is no longer taking U.S. bets, so they could be junk all they want. They're not taking U.S. bets. They're trying to enter the U.S. I'll tell you, if you do this, then you're not gonna be allowed to speak during you're not gonna allowed to chat during our show anymore. If you give out the picks, that we don't like, because people watch the show, they generate YouTube income for us. It isn't a ton, but it certainly helps pay for all these things. I know it's free for you guys to watch, so you kind of take the costs for granted, but trust me, all this crap costs something. So I don't usually try not to talk about that too much, but just want to let it be known that when you give out the picks in the comments, like when Stanley does, you still have to watch the commercials. At least the ad for like 2 seconds. Anyways, man. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. I'd also throw in the Pirates in my parlay. Forgot them. But thanks everyone for joining us. It's been real fun. I enjoyed it immensely. Yeah, we could talk NFL all day, and that's why the show ran a little long. But so what? So be it. Got nothing else to do. Got nowhere else to be. That's it. Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And of course, we'll try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.